going to take part in or take responsibility for or change with was aiding in that behavior.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I got to leave you behind because I ain't the only one that got some work to do with growing, changing, and healing. You do too. But if your situations and circumstances don't change to promote you to that point, you will remain the same. We can't coexist if in my very existence, in my space and time that I'm in right now, those two things are important and you keep bypassing why it is your life has been the way it's been when you've taken a large part in that.
Okay. All right. So it's interesting. But my thing is, so when you talked about, all right, so you were 22 and I was 22, right?
Okay.
I had a child, you out there, clubbing, doing whatever you doing.
Okay.
It wasn't the path, it wasn't the circumstances or the situation that changed. It was my choice that changed. Because a person can have a child, or from a man's perspective, a man can be a father, have a child, right? He can have a child, which makes him a father, and then still go and do everything that you're doing because he hasn't made a choice there to be present. So just because that is the path, I got to choose to roll with that path to make that relevant. So going back to situation and circumstances, just because a person's situation and circumstances change, that doesn't mean that A has outgrown B, in my opinion and from my perspective. And the reason why I say that is, in the process of growth, the reason why I don't think anyone can be left behind in the process, I still have to deal with these collection of people so I can verify or see what my behavior was or what my behavior is or what the connection is. Because if I'm not around them during my process, I can't have conversations with myself and say, what the hell am I doing here? I can't have those conversations if I'm not in it to confirm or reaffirm the choice that I made. Perfect example. Our producer, Boney Mac, we was all having some dialogue before, we started this episode. And he said, you know what? Man, when I was out there, I was out here clubbing, doing whatever, getting down how I get down way before I was married. You know what I mean? The guy that, my partner, he was cool with it. But the minute that I couldn't do that no more because he made the choice to be a father later on or start that path to being a father, then being in a relationship and moving into a marriage, that person on the other end, his homeboy, wasn't rocking with that. He wasn't rocking with the choice. So it was okay for them to rock together if he was doing what he wanted him to do. So the point is, you ain't got to leave nobody behind. Once you make the choice, people remove themselves.
I disagree.
Okay.
There are some people who don't remove themselves. Right? Mm-hmm. I know some people who keep coming back without the need or the desire to change situations, right? Thinking that there should still be a connection.
So what do you mean change situations? What do you mean by that?
Let me say it this way.
Okay.
To grow is a conscious effort, right? You made mention that circumstances and situations don't create that or move that, right? Mm-hmm. It's choices, right? My answer is conscious effort, right? Mm-hmm. And the conscious effort started when you decided to be more responsible so that this child you have to take care of can lean on you. That's a conscious effort.
Yeah, that's
correct?
A choice. Yes.
It's conscious effort.
Correct.
Okay.
Conscious
so
choice.
Your circumstances and situations didn't change your mind, mm-hmm. but your conscious effort to be responsible mm-hmm. for that child did.